Hey guys, first of all I apologize if you hear anything in the background. That's my laundry going on, my wash right now. And also I wanted to come on, and I do have a cough drop in my mouth right now because I got the allergy cough and all that. You know how that is. Um, but I wanted to come on here and, well, I was like, I wanted to come on here and talk about, on camera for once, um, the reason I like these AI services that that I'm subscribed to, if you will. And the reason I like them is because you can be creative as much as you want, and you can combine the services to get what you're wanting as well. You know, and I've talked about this before, and especially with them upgrading and updating to, kind of be more, to kind of give you, attempt to give you, I should say, what you're wanting when you come up with a prompt. You know, so like, for example, you have Pixverse, Pixverse, you have them upgrading to 4.5. And believe me, when you extend a video from whatever you want to extend it from, you'll mostly get what you're asking for. Especially with 4.5. And when it comes to like certain, like I said, got the cough drop in my mouth. And when it comes to certain ideas, yeah, they'll literally give you what you're asking for, probably more so than you expect. But anyway, to get to the point, I like these AI services because they're fun to have, they're fun to utilize. They're fun to imagine, the what ifs, the what ifs if they, of certain, certain moments and scenes. Like, for example, you can look at a bubble bath scene, right? You can, and I say with all due respect, no offense, you can look at a woman in a bubble bath scene from a show or a movie. And let's say she just soaks in it, but she doesn't submerge. In your mind, like me, you would think, well, anytime you have a female character in a bubble bath, for a movie or a show, whether they're young, middle-aged, or whatever, so on and so forth. And again, I say with all due respect, no offense, that most times you would think they're in a bubble bath, so they need to submerge. They need to go under. And some of them do that. Some of them do that, but some of them don't. So what that allows me to do is it allows me to basically either take a screenshot, of that image, and just focus on the image, focus on that one screenshot itself on that scene, and go to an AI site like VIDU, and put in the prompt, that she submerges in the bubble bath, and hopefully see it happen. And most of the time, depending on whether I'm using version 2.0, the newer version Q1, whether I'm using the 720p, whether I'm using 4 seconds or 12 seconds or 24, or not 12 seconds, but 4 seconds or 8 seconds, which amounts to either 12 credits utilized or 24 credits utilized. Whatever the scenario is, sometimes, hopefully, and if not most times, I will get what I'm asking for. Then what I will do, because of the fact that VIDU does not have extension on it, I will go and take the video. I will take that video I created, download it, and I will take it over to an outlet like Pixverse, with the 4.5, which is upgraded to 4.5, like I mentioned. And I will go to the extension part of it where you can add a video there, and sorry, I had to finish off the cough drop there. But anyway, I will go to Pixverse, Pixverse, if you will, and with the new 4.5 they have, and I will go to the extension, like I was saying, and I will add the video that I just made from on VIDU or even Kling, and I will then say in the prompt, okay, just her red lipstick lips, or just red lipstick lips form and appear on the bubble bath. And in the original in the original version 4, if you will, I would get that, but it would be kind of like very, very various, if you will, very various, because sometimes you would get it the way you want, and sometimes you wouldn't get it the way you want. And when it comes to 4.5, most of the time you will get it. So it makes it look like when the woman submerges, and then I'd say I put that in there of just red lipstick lips form on the bubble bath afterwards, you will literally see the red lipstick lips of form on the bubble bath, and basically surrounded by the bowl bath, to where it looks like the woman that's submerged under it has now merged and become the bowl bath herself. The same with Club MPV, Mud Puddle Visuals. On the social media accounts, they will give you, little little screenshot sneak peeks of some of their material that they have for sale in various areas. Digitally and physically, digital media, physical media. And what I would do is I would look at some of those, and I'll take the more decent, appropriate images and do the same thing with them on VDU as I did with the bowl bath ones. And so most of the time I will get what I want. Now sometimes if I can't get what I want on VDU, I'll try in Pixverse with a 4.5, and I will get it somewhat there as well. But to get to the point, when I would do that on the VDU, most times I will get what I want, but I have to word it a certain way to say they're going under the mud and everything. And then, just like I said before, I will take that video, download it, go over to Pixverse, and then go to the extension on 4.5 and say, okay, just red lipstick lips appear. And yeah, it'll give me red lipstick lips, but sometimes it'll give me like a chin under here and then the lips, and it's all red. And I'm thinking, okay, fine, that's cool. But other times it'll give me what I'm asking for. Like it'll literally have the lips attached to the mud as it's rising up, basically making the illusion of the woman that's submerged under the mud has now become the mud. She has now become she is now part of the mud itself. She has merged with it. And that's cool. It's a great illusion. It's a great, nice little creative what if that you're seeing become reality through this AI. But there is a catch to the 4.5 by Pixverse, just like there's a catch to VDU's Q1, and there's a catch to Kling's 2.0. And that is, you'll get what you want, but you really have to emphasize and make clear of what you want more so than anything else. Or else you're just going to end up getting something that, yeah, kind of represents what you're looking for, but not to the extent. Because again, they're still learning. They're still trying to get to that point, like all AI services in software. They're trying to get to that point to where basically, they will be able to give you and deliver to you exactly what you put in the prompt. And if you go with 4.5, let's say with the idea of, okay, the girl's submerged under the mud, or she's submerged under the bowl bath, or for example, like with Alex Mack, she melted with her sister Annie at the end of that one episode and everything, which I had some fun with as well, by kind of looking at the possibilities of what if they melted right there, but instead of flowing back to the house, instead they started to spread. They basically let the melted form spread across the ground. Or what if they had lips pop up or something like that, and I had fun doing that, and it was great to see. It was great to see the what if possibilities. But again, to get to the point, when I would say, okay, I want to have their facial imprint, show up on the melted form, or show up on the mud, or show up on the bowl bath. What would happen is with 4.5, the new version for Pixverse, is I would literally get that, but basically it would be like an actual head coming up as as the imprint, or I would get 4 individual real heads in almost in a square like motion in the melted form, or basically, like I said earlier, I would get lipstick lips pop up, but it's like with the bottom chin, and so on. So basically, like I said, there's a catch with some of these, and that catch is if you want an extension to be exactly what you're looking for in some cases, then that extension means you got to go down a version. So for example, like let's say you want to have the facial imprint of a woman after she's submerged under the mud in a Club MPV screenshot. You say, okay, I want her facial imprint to appear on the mud as if she's become part of the mud, and this is the indication. Then basically you got to go to version 4. But that doesn't always mean you're going to get what you want unless you actually tell it how you want it and what you don't want in there. And sometimes, if not most times, that will work. Because again, if you don't, and you decide, hey, I'm going to do an extension of, hey, I want the facial imprint to show, you're not going to get the facial imprint as you would with version 4. Instead, like I said, you'll get an actual head pop up and everything because that's how the 4.5 is the, you know, is feeling of it believing that you're believing in kind of describing to itself what you're wanting. It's kind of telling itself what this is what you want when it's the exact opposite. You know, it's the exact opposite and all that. So basically with these AI services, the point I'm getting at is the new versions, the 4.5 for Pixverse, the 2.0 for Kling, the Q1 for VENMO, and many others, the VO3 for Google and all that. Yes, they are upgraded to improve and try to give you exactly what you're wanting, but sometimes if you want something the way you have it pictured in your mind, then you're gonna have to basically go back a version to kind of get what you're looking for. Because if not, you're gonna pretty much have to deal with, oh, it's a real head representing the imprint of that character that just submerged under the mud of the bowl bath, instead of basically it's like an actual imprint pushing up saying, here I am, this is the imprint of me now, my visage if you will, representing that, hey, I'm now part of the mud kind of still part of the bowl bath. So yeah, long story short, these AI services are fun to deal with, and work with, but they're also fun to, learn, as to what to utilize when you want to get what you're looking for. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on camera here and tell you about that. Let me know what your thoughts are down below and what I've had to say. Comment in the comment section, as well as in the live chat during the premiere if you haven't already. Like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and until next time, guys, do everything in the description to help me out. And until next time, I am out.